Do you see the inconsistency? Do you see the problems? Society is simply, yes, there's a problem. Society says that rape is wrong, so therefore it's wrong. You want to say there is no reason for you to say that it's right or wrong other than you arbitrarily set a standard for what you say is the standard by which we judge what is right and wrong. I mean, that's what you do. As an atheist, you do that. But you don't want to live in a world.
Hang on. So people's actual reaction to this thing that we deem wrong don't fucking matter. That you're defining that as arbitrary because I'm assuming that if you were raped, Mr. Maslick, first of all, no one would want to fucking rape you. But if you were raped, I doubt you would find it a very enjoyable experience, and neither would the thousands of other people that had to go through the same shit. So when you have that and you take that into account, then you also take into account that we have this thing called empathy, being able to put yourself in their shoes for a while, say, hey, you know, this is actually pretty fucked up. Maybe we should do something about it. You can look at the effects the cause have, and then you can decide what to do with it from there. You don't need a fucking guy telling you, hey, by the way, this shit's kind of wrong.
Just like if someone drove a spike through my hand or foot,
Yeah.
no, but that was wrong. You know, real things. But no, but he would say that me being an atheist, I can't define what you're talking about.
Yeah, because he's a dick.
I just boiled that down to real simple.
I can still feel pain, motherfucker, and atheists can still feel stuff, and atheists still have this thing called empathy, because we have this thing called imagination. We can use our imaginations and put ourselves in other people's shoes, and by that we can say with confidence that this is fucked up.
But that's only speaking from your worldview.
I'm pretty sure it's speaking from everything, because if anything, this motherfucker knows half the shit are wrong, not because God told him to, but because of the system that I just laid out.
Well, from what it sounds like you're saying consequentialism. And I'm just going to read up the definition. Consequentialism is a class of normative ethical theories holding that consequences of one's conduct are the ultimate basis for any judgment about the rightness or wrongness of that conduct. Thus, from a consequentialist standpoint, I think it's something in my pants.
I hope it's not a pickle.
The one that produces a good outcome or consequence. Yeah, that felt really weird. I don't know what that was. Anyway, are you happy to see me, or is there a pickle in your pants? It might be a bug. An ant. It was a pretty big ant. You did say there was a lot of ants there. It's not a spider. Okay, we're good.
There we go.
There's more than one school of thought on what's right and what's wrong. That's it.
And put it this way, in a society where people are consistently killing each other, is it safe to say that society would not live very long? We can look at them and go, you know, that didn't work out too well for them. Maybe we should, I don't know, 86 that shit, and let's try it. Oh, things turned out a lot better? Who would have fucking thought? No God needed.
Hard decisions here.
Uh-huh.
Very hard. Very, very, very difficult. My brain is struggling with this one.
Well, if Matt and all these others were correct, a lot of us in this room would have probably been in and out of jail. I don't know how many times. We'd probably be in jail still, or not even be alive because of some of the Just saying.
Well, let's jump back to the video and let Matt go back to work on his pickle.
World like that. You want to live in a world where the morals are not based on atheistic ideology or your perspective. You want something other than that. You're inconsistent. And this is the thing.
We're atheists here. Is anyone in here want it on Christian values as opposed to, non-theistic values?
I don't know. I really have a hard time when people assert this atheistic worldview, because for me, I can only speak for myself. Being an atheist doesn't really impact my worldview. It is one position on one subject that I have. My worldview is, I guess, galvanized in a way by humanism.
Yeah.
Which you can be an atheist and not be a humanist. You don't give a fuck about people. It's not, they're not synonymous. So I think he's conflating things here.
Yeah.
Maybe this guy will correct him on that.
Nope.
You don't have to say you think he's conflating. He actually is.
In this room, I don't think they'll give him opportunity to correct, but let's go.
I'm trying to show with the liberals. They are inconsistent. They don't think these things through.
Can we backtrack to where we got off course?
Well, the thing is, Matt,
I'll take that as a no.
if 5 judges said that rape is legal, is it then therefore moral? If the Supreme Court were
Are you
to pass
addressing that
that
to me or
law,
the other Matt? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be.
That's a great question.
no, I'm asking you, Matthew. I'm sorry, I'm asking you, Matthew, because if 5 Supreme Court justices made it legal in all 50 states for rape to be legal, is it therefore moral?
No, not in my opinion. Absolutely
By what
not.
standard?
We could get into what my standard is for what makes something moral and immoral, but we're veering further off course because as I wanted to go back and explain how we got to here.
I don't think that's off course at all. Basically, what you're doing now, Matthew, is you're trying to push your opinion on others. You know, you're saying that it's wrong because of.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we really expected this rabbit hole, didn't we?
Yeah, basically, here's the thing. If you ask them a question that they simply cannot answer, you have to hold their feet to the fire. You gotta say, I will answer whatever question you want me to. But first things first, I asked you a question first, I expect an answer. If you're not gonna give me that, then I'm not gonna return the same respect.
Okay. I just noticed my bitrate keeps dropping out, and at the current rate, it's probably going to be spinning out of my channel. So those that are watching, I gave a link in there. I'm going to leave it running for now so people can do some live commentary if they want over there. But whatever. In the meantime, follow the link if you want to watch the main broadcast over on Dragnauts. We've been having fun at this for a bit of a while.
What is your plumb line? What is your plumb line, Matthew? Well, yeah, you're saying it's wrong, but you can't account for it. See, what we're saying it's wrong because God is our standard. What is your standard? Let's take that standard and bring it to its logical conclusion.
The slippery slope.
If you are not going to agree with its logical conclusion, you are being a hypocrite. So what is your standard? And let's deal with it from there. Why is that wrong? Is it the judges?
As I said previously, if we wanted to get into what my specific criteria is for what makes something right and wrong, we could do that, but that would take us away from where we've already gone off course, and I was trying to bring it back to that because we're sort of conflating words like illegal and moral right now, and the only thing I raised was the idea that God defines idolatry in the same way that he defines marriage.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't define it the same way. If he did, we wouldn't need 2 different words.
Just like they should and they do now allow homosexual marriage.
No. Homosexuality is a sexual act, but idolatry is a spiritual attitude.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
They're different.
Words cannot describe the level of sin.
Yeah.
They're different, okay? Both of them are self-serving.
And they're both forbidden.
They're both sinful.
But they're both allowed by U.S. law.
God permits us our sin. He permits you your atheism and your rebellion against him.
Absolutely, he does. And the U.S. government allows me to be an atheist.
Wait a minute, you just admitted God.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
God allows you that, Mr. Atheist?
No.
Oh boy, there we go.
The idea is that he is entertaining a thought. That doesn't mean that he's accepting it. Fucking idiot.
And here... Oh, hang on. There we go. Yep.
Shadow, please aim the penis carefully. I am holding my finger over the screenshot button.
Okay.
Alright, ready?
Okay.
It's a little bit more clash, like he's holding it.
Oh, hang on.
Here we go.
Right there.
Okay.
Alright.
Actually, if you make 2 screenshots, I can make it look like he's actually holding it with a little editing. Anyway.
I can totally do this. Alright,
Hang on a sec. There we go. cheese.
Alright, let me see.
And let me turn off the pickle, because we need the fingers, and we can add the fingers over the pickle.
Okay, and just tell me when you're ready.
Go ahead.
Cheese and took it.
There we go. Now all we need to do is go do a little bit of editing to add the fingers back over the pickle. Anyway.
I will send this to you right away.
Now, yeah, you just layer the two of them together. Yeah, I can do that. Anyway.
You said the government.
He said the government.
He said, yes, he does, and the government also. God allows you your atheism. You said, yes, he does, and also the government, blah, blah, blah. You just slipped.
For fuck's
You
sake.
said that God judges me, or something to that effect, for being an atheist. And
No,
I said
he
yes.
permits you to be an atheist.
Okay, correct. And the government permits me to go about my life as an atheist. It doesn't force me to
It's
hold
not the government's
no
job
other
to
gods
permit you.
or Yahweh. Like
It's not the government's job to permit you. Yeah.
Exodus 20, verse 3 states, God commands that you have no other gods before him.
That's right.
The U.S. government doesn't hold up that same standard. In the same way with idolatry, and in the same way with the way they treat their homosexual citizens.
Okay, whatever. But let me ask you. So when someone says he wants to marry his daughter, what do you say? Okay?
I'm wondering why whenever he talks about somebody marrying his daughter, why he licks his lips. He just did it twice right there.
I wonder if that's the real reason he disowned her.
I don't know.
Am I like role playing as a register as
No, I'm asking you.
member of
If someone says they want to, you're an atheist. If someone says they want to marry their daughter, is that okay?
I would advise against it, depending on the age of the daughter.
Oh.
Oh boy. Ooh.
So, Greg, you thinking about talking to this guy, or you already talked to him? I haven't talked to him yet. People said that I really need to talk to him. I really need to kind of look him up.
They both said the same thing. He likes but doesn't want any of this.
If he comes to me, I'll have him on my channel. We can have a nice chat. But I'm telling him right now, he's gonna get pissed off.
Well, no. They won't. They will only do it when they can sit there and have a bunch of people on Wingnuts channel to sit there and do the yeah. Yeah, I see it. It's not showing it. Oh, let me click on it. There we go. There we go. Got him. I got him. I will play with him later.
If you want to piss off Bible thumping Wingnut, just use the same analogy for heaven that I use. Everybody goes to heaven, and God has this infinitely long dick, and your job for the rest of eternity is to lick your section of God's dick.
So if the daughter's, say, 25 and the dad's 55, is that okay?
I would advise against it, but if the daughter is
it okay? Is it okay?
It's not legal.
Is it moral? Is it right? Is it good?
Why is it not legal? We just redefined marriage.
In most of the states, okay.
We should go on.
The effects of it, and it's a fucked up consequence that happens. Did you guys already address the slippery slope thing? Because I know that's the did you guys already address that?
We hit slippery. Well, the funny thing is, Matt says it's a slippery slope, and then he doesn't. Like every time he said it, he has used a slippery slope fallacy.
Right. That's absolutely ridiculous when you talk about. And they talk about one guy was talking about his daughter or whatever. It's so stupid when people go to that. It's like, you know what? Well, what advantage from marrying dogs or having 3 wives or whatever? Because it's against the law. And gay marriage had nothing to do against the law. It had to do with people having the same right under the oath.
One thing they like to do is bring up these situations like these really applicable situations like Ryan and his daughter. They try to corner you on something like that situation that really don't come up that not right from me. Well, it's a fringe issue that really, this is the first time I've ever heard of anything like that, and I honestly don't know either way. I mean, I would say personally maybe that, you know, they would probably be against it, you know, but at the same time, this is a consenting adult. If she wants to enter a relationship with her own father, guess what? America.
Yeah, but there are other things like that they'll bring up, which I can't recall at the moment. But there's sometimes there's situations that very rarely hear anyone around where they have to make a decision if this is right or if it's wrong.
Yeah,
but
you know,
they're trying to catch you up on those things.
If they were to ask me the question, oh, what about the you know, daughter marrying his dad, I'll be like, no, I wouldn't support that because of what the consequence could be. I mean, have you seen incest and what it does to kids who are born out of such a relationship? Kind of fucks up with them, and that's kind of disturbing. You know, one, why would you God allow such a thing? First of all, like genetic defects. It's almost as if evolution isn't a total fucking lie. And two, I would also say the same thing for like a father and a son, because we need to work on equality. If it's not okay for the daughter, it should be okay for the brother, because otherwise that wouldn't be fair. We would be biased towards a certain gender. So I mean, go fuck yourself, man, slick. I'm gonna go bash my face against the wall. Be right back.
Okay. Now, hang on 1 second. Let me see if I can... Where did it save that damn thing to? Did I just do that wrong? Fuck.
I would agree. I think it's wrong for a daughter to, you know, marry that. I would not say that. I think the whole having 3 wives or having, you know, that, or, you know, people marrying their dogs or anything like that.
You see, they're saying that for some.
Yeah, but there's what precedents they have to say to that?
That because they allow gay marriage. Now they can allow polygamy for a guy and his 5 wives to marry their dog. I mean, they're just running rampant with this shit.
Yeah, I understand that that's where they're getting it from, but there's no relevance to it. I mean, it's true. Like, I mean, it's ridiculous to say, oh, well, now if you let this, then everybody's going to want to marry their dog. Why? Well, what legal basis would anybody that says I want to be able to marry my dog? How on earth would you be able to go in and argue that in front of a court and say, you can let 2 guys marry each other, so what? Now I can marry my dog. Good luck trying to get that past any judge in the country.
Yeah,
No chance in hell.
They think we didn't scrutinize this. I mean, we went over such arguments, and not only did we go over them, we went over them with a fine-tooth comb, and we found out that those arguments are basically pure horseshit. And so, if that's all they have to go on is this slippery slope fallacy, then no wonder the court, you know, went against them. No wonder. I would have.
Maybe I should send that to Dragnaut so you can use it as a thumbnail for this.
I can. I'll go ahead and send it. Although the one
Yeah.
that you sent me was kind of low res. So
Yeah, the one that you sent me was kind of low res. That's from the original. You didn't get a high res copy.
no, that was a high res copy.
Didn't open as one.
Hang on, let me click on it. Dude, it takes my full screen. What the fuck?
Okay, I'll send it. Well, maybe it didn't. Hang on.
Hang on, let me just.
Oh wait, hang on. Let me see now. Yeah, let me try this. Make a copy. Okay. I'll do something about that. Give me a second. There we go.
4.42 MB. What the fuck?
Okay, apparently it didn't download it properly. Give me a second here.
Want me to send it again?
Just a second. Yeah, I got it. I'll get it. Hang on.
Send it again, just.
Well, trying to copy to my desktop didn't do it right, so I'll just copy this one. Let's see now.
You gotta right click off of Skype and hit save as.
Okay. There. Oops, stop fucking opening. Yeah, they change shit on me all the time. Save as. Editing PNG. There we go. Okay, gotcha. And I will do a better copy of it in a moment then. Okay. Not a problem. Let me start the audio back up on this, and actually let me try and find that file first right quick.
Yeah, but I just want to
there we go.
This also, that just because he can't find a reason for it to be wrong, that, you know, without his God in the equation, does not mean that one cannot be figured out. You know, your ignorance is not an argument against something. And so I just came up with it, and it took me 15 fucking seconds. And the only reason it took that long is because I had to spell it out for dumbasses like Matt Slick.
Yeah.
And so when it comes out to this guy trying to flip the question around, he still doesn't have a leg to stand on. Still doesn't. Because remember, the question was aimed at him. Now he's trying to flip around and say, oh, well, because you're an atheist, I'm not even going to answer your question. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and flip it around and make you out to be the bad guy so that people will maybe, possibly, it's a chance, lose track of the fact that I am a pure piece of shit. Because my name's Nat Flip.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's kind of like Nephilim 3. Oh, I would be more than happy to answer that question, but first.
Yeah, I'm like, no, you're not, there is no first, there is no second, there is no third. Answer the fucking question, or I'm going to call you out on that bullshit.
You know, he'd gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today as well.
Yeah, of course. I just had hamburger helper. Stroganoff. Pretty damn delicious.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Just got myself a new stove, so I decided to test drive it, and she is purring like a kitten.
It's a range technically.
Oh, I caught that on film, bro.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was something.
What do you think of that fluid tripod? Pretty kick-ass, huh?
Oh, dude. Yeah. Once you found out where it found it, I mean, you just hang on to it pretty good.
Pretty damn awesome. So I'm also in the market for a new camera, and this one has 65 times optical zoom. Can't wait. Hurry up, Amazon. Send me that shit. I paid you my money.
Okay, y'all want me to hit play on this thing now, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Either of you read the opinion of the court for the recent Supreme Court case? All right, I would advise you to do so because a lot of these slippery slope things you allude to, pedophilia, polygamy, bestiality, churches being forced to marry same-sex couples, invoking people's right to vote.
I want to hear him. I want to hear what Matt's saying.
It's not here, Len, and there's nowhere in the court's opinion will you find any kind of language that supports any of those claims. There's no way that you can use the Supreme Court case to justify any of these fears.
Matt, once you start redefining marriage, where do you stop?
Okay, well then let me follow up with this question, because earlier you said the state doesn't have the right to redefine foundational principles of society or something to that effect, alluding to marriage. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, then do you disagree with the decision the Supreme Court came to in their ruling on the case Loving versus Virginia when they redefined marriage to include biracial couples?
Well, you see, then they agreed with the revelation of God, because God never condemns that. So what they were doing was coming in compliance with biblical revelation. So I have no problem with that.
Okay, so as long as the state gets sort of closer.
Okay. Paused.
I think Drag's about to drop the fucking mic here.
I literally read off the quote where the guy said he used the fucking Tower of Babel story as his methodology behind restricting, interracial couples from being married. No, it wasn't a fucking revelation. It was political pressure. That's what it was. So let's not pretend here. In one case, oh wait, the Bible was used first and foremost to restrict that marriage, and then they found out they made a fucking mistake, and then they went back and changed it after they've been pressured. Get out! Oh, he is so fucking dishonest. Leon Basil, Supreme Court Justice, Loving versus Virginia. Read the quote. Read the fucking quote right now.
Shit. I just got told that my feed isn't going through straight, so I'm going to click play.
And closer to what you see as the biblical definition of marriage, it's good, but the...
Absolutely. Because where are you going to stop this redefinition of marriage? You can't tell me that the system is going to stop later on, 5 years, 10, 20 years, whatever it might be on the future. That it's not going to be dealing with issues of polygamy, polyandry.
Do I know for a fact that the Supreme Court won't hear cases like that in the future? Absolutely not. They very much could, but nothing in the opinions that were the majority opinion who chooses for the
okay
new things and
okay, stop. Okay, that audio is not going good.
All things that, this really leads to what my metaphysical argument is horrible. It's a case of you chopping off your finger despite your arm. That's why we call these arguments a fallacy. This thing by itself is not terrible. Sure, I don't like it, but it's not, it's not people having sex with their dogs, but just the mere fact that it could lead to that is the reason why we should get rid of it. Well, by the mere fact of you being a bigoted asshole, maybe we should be outlawing Christianity. For fuck's sake, maybe because your religion can lead to people bombing abortion clinics, we should be fucking bulldozing every church in America. Fuck you.
Okay, I got to make sure the audio is going through for this too now. I had a problem with the audio on the stream. I just hopefully fixed it.
You would have to completely restructure the way we do marriage contracts with multiple partners, because right now it's a two-party contract.
Well, we've already redefined it now with marriage now.
Yes, we've redefined it several times.
And where's it going to stop?
I can't tell you that.
Everything needs a constant form of update. It's like, oh, when are they going to stop? We're in a progressive society. You should never fucking stop. Never. Keep updating that shit. I want version 1.2 now.
Of course, he's talking about. No, never mind.
I mean, he's acting like updating it or changing the definition is such a fucking horrible thing. It's like, where do you stop? No, you're never gonna stop.
Well, hold on. He's a hypocrite in this case, because just a few minutes ago he was touting that that the Supreme Court justices received a revelation from God that interracial marriages was in fact okay. So in that case, it changed for the better. This is his words. So which one is it? Does he want to sit here and fucking move the goalposts a little bit more, or
Exactly.
This is why I say these people are dishonest, and I want to see if this guy catches that.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember about marriage or something was like, don't be unequally yoked, which had something to do with you have one religion and your spouse has another religion.
Yeah, and people having equal protections is the kind of thing that progression gives us. And because you are pissed about that, that is not going to stop progression. It's just not going to. Who gives a fuck about your fucking opinions? Who gives a fuck about God's opinions if that really is his opinions? If you are that much of a bigot, sucks to be you.
Well, see, and another thing, and someone's mentioned this, is that the Supreme Court decision took away a hell of a lot of power of the church over a huge group of people, or something like that.
I'm going to jump. Sorry, I'm going to jump in just one moment. I keep noticing that the bit rate is fluctuating a lot and keeps dropping real low. There's nothing I can do about that right now on my end. Part of that's just my sound configuration to be able to do this at all. So the folks over on my stream, if it keeps stalling out too much, the link's in the description. Jump over to Dragonaut's channel. Anyway.
I think that's one of the big things. Well, what was that?
Anna, if you don't want to be heard, mute your mic.
We are anonymous.
That's nice.
We are
well, currently it's not marriage equality, because if it was marriage equality, it would be equal for anybody, for someone to marry their daughter, for someone to marry, their mother, for someone to marry anyone they want to marry. That would be equal. Now it's people talk about marriage equality, and it's not equal, but yet you still say that someone marrying their daughter would be wrong.
If you what is your standard on that? Marriage equality, what you're talking about is a colloquial phrase that's been used by a particular movement for this one thing. If you want to sort of, again, attribute that to equality for all, then you're sort of blowing that out of proportion. And I would, again, advise you too, sir. I'm sorry, I don't know your name, but...
Oh, God. Hey, Drag, can you do me a favor?
I got controls, kick him.
The reasons that they give for doing it, and you'll see that there's absolutely no application for dogs or inanimate objects.
Okay, but would someone marrying a dog, would that be wrong?
It would not be a marriage, because a marriage is a contract between two people.
Well,
according
so
to
far.
the state. That comes along with
so the state sets.
Let's redefine
so the state is the standard then.
Yep.
They're
So
the
if
ones
the-
who
if the
define it.
state-
Absolutely. It's a state contract. You go to City Hall and you get
So
a marriage
it's okay
certificate.
because the state says it's okay.
And
None.
once you have that marriage certificate that was given to you by the state, then you are now eligible for over 1,000 rights and privileges granted to you by state and federal governments.
Okay,
Except
so
the
it's
state,
okay.
the state stole that.
Oh, great! They have even more Christians in there. Lovely. So it's like all gang up on the one guy that they had to actually talk so that they can sit there and redirect what he was saying. Lovely. These guys are fucking bags of shit.
Yeah, exactly. It's to the point where they're basically jacking their own dicks here.
Speaking of which, yes, that is a pickle you are looking at on screen.
Yes,
That is a pickle.
Penis. Don't freak out.
So
Yeah,
fuck
it
you
don't do
guys
it.
are about to flag this.
Yeah, it don't do a thing for me.
Yeah, it's a pickle. We'll get over it.
I really would like to have a discussion, a civil discussion with Matt Slick on a neutral hangout, not where Stuttering Lenny and
Won't
Bible
happen.
Sucking Cuntface. Yeah, I know
Won't
it's not
happen.
going to happen. But if he's in his comfort zone preaching nonsense, then I'll be happy to debunk his bullshit here. That doesn't bother me.
Apparently, Matt actually has gone into some random hangouts. I heard Gus talking about, because Gus does like his own little thing at the end of it. He said that one of Matt's little lemmings or whatever, little minions or whatever, was in his hangout, and Gus was apparently beating him up, and then Matt wandered in, didn't say anything, and just hung out there for a little bit, and then Gus said something to him, and Matt got pissed and rage quit and dropped out, but then came back later.
Oh, well, he's more. Well, like I said, any of my hangouts, if you're the topic.
If I may, from the sounds of it, what went on there was Matt went in, listened in, and was giving tips through Skype or whatever to his little lemming, and then ended up leaving when he couldn't save his lemming. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. Yeah, ask Gus about it. I know Gus said that he does his little show, and basically...
Bellinger?
Yeah, or Belanger, as he pronounces it.
No, that's just being French. Anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Back to the travesty.
Hold on, the states took that from the church, and that's the whole thing. It's a church issue.
You know, you can absolutely make that point if you'd like.
Whoa. No, it's not a fucking church issue. It's a state issue. The church doesn't give fucking people. You will get a certificate from the government to show that you are legally married. You
And have all the protections that entails. Yes.
Thank you. It's an encompassing. Fuck. I'm trying to think of the word. Rights and protections. There are statutes that protect married people. There are legal scenarios in which you will have to be legally married to someone. A church can't do a goddamn thing but take your fucking money and give you bullshit. Sorry, that's the truth.
They're honoring your marriage in the eyes of the Lord, but it's just like what that hypothetical I posed to Dragnot. Like, let's say him and his wife were not married, and some critical medical decisions would have to be made when he's fucking out cold. You know, how badly would that fuck shit up for him? And that's where he said, "Oh, that will fuck up a lot of shit."
Well, hurry, call his pastor. He'll know what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, here's what you gotta do. You gotta take out all this money, and you gotta donate that shit to the church. And then once you do, your hubby will go to heaven. If not, he's gonna be kind of roasty.
Okay, here's a question. Someone may have brought it up because there's a lot of things I say I know have been said before. But, okay, marriage certificate, whatever, you're legally married, you get all of these benefits, you know, from the government, or you're eligible for benefits should something happen. So all that's coming from like government and stuff like that, right? And insurance.
Correct.
If you go to a church and get married, what fucking benefit do you get from them if tragedy happens?
Yeah. The only thing you get is a pound of back.
You may get a free place to bury somebody.
Yeah. You'll get a pat on the shoulder saying, "Your hubby is in heaven, don't worry." That's the only fucking thing you get with the church. The government is not issuing those. They're not issuing God's blessing. They're issuing you protection. And sometimes when shit really does hit the fan, as unfortunate as it is, shit does hit the fan, and many people need that protection. Because too many times I've heard stories of people who didn't have that protection that got royally fucked over because of it. Like not being in the room to see their loved ones passing, you know, to be at their side, which is something that everyone should be allowed to do for your significant other. But people were denied that by bigoted family members of that individual that did not recognize their gay relationship or their lesbian relationship or whatever the case may be. They got fucked. They got royally fucked over. And what this law states is that it doesn't matter how big of a fucking bigot you are, they get this protection.
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck about your God's blessing? Fuck your
The
God's
way
blessing.
that Matt Slick and these folks are reacting is as if somehow this being legislated into law gives somebody protection in heaven.
Yeah.
Which, of course, is just fucking stupid. Okay, let's go back to this travesty for the moment. We're only like 44 minutes into this hellacious thing. We've been running on Drags for a long time, by the way. If you missed the first part of it, feel free to go to his channel, check it out. For those people on my channel, the link's in there. Sorry,
Yeah,
I got to keep pimping you here.
Oh no, it's not a problem. Hey, it is what it is. We're gonna go through maybe 15 more minutes, and then we're gonna leave it alone. We're gonna get.
Oh, thank you for that, because this is
We're gonna leave it alone after that. We're gonna cut the broadcast. We're just gonna hang out on someone else's channel and go, smoke or kill ourselves or something. Because I think this is about all we can stand of this shit for now.
I'm waiting to see what the 12 viewers on my side have had to say in the live chat. I'm dying to get over there. I just can't while doing this.
I have the AC on and I'm sweating. This is how badly this dude is pissing me off. So
let's go.
But the thing is if there's a separation of church and state, then the state should not be in this issue. Period.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree with you that this would be a lot better off if there wasn't a bridge. But since we have this bridge already, then in an effort to take the simplest route to granting all of citizens, regardless of their sexual orientation, the same equal treatment under the law is guaranteed to them by the 14th Amendment, it makes more sense to go this route than it is to restructure the entire code of inheritance law and
you're going to have to worry about it because they're going to redefine marriage.
So the court.
It's like really about things like inheritance law. That the guy nailed it right there. He really did.
He's saying this that the government should not be involved in this. No, the government should be involved in government benefits.
The government should be involved with things that are legal contracts, which marriage is in this country.
Yeah, legal contracts. Thank you for correcting me. I mean, that's their fucking job, and you're telling them not to do. I mean, go fuck yourself.
Okay, someone
bash my face against the wall.
Calzimo wants a shout out. So Calzimo, whoever you are, Patreon.
Okay, cool. If he's a patron, give him a shout out. Yeah, rock on, man. I got a couple of them I have to do a proper shout out for, actually. I just keep thanking them without naming them. Anyway.
Take morality then. So if the court says it's okay to marry a dog, is it okay to marry a dog? Is the court
straw man
your standard of right and wrong?
Hold on,
is that
hold
what
on. Guys,
we just move along.
Guys, let's move on. We have a lot of people.
Okay. Yeah.
A lot
thank you very
of
much
people
for
waiting to join. Hey, Matthew, thank you for coming on.
I'm sorry. Did the Supreme Court legislate that it is moral to be homosexual, or did they legislate that it's illegal to ban gay marriage?
Yeah, they legislated that it was illegal to discriminate against a group.
Right.
Law doesn't speak to morality; it speaks to law.
She's trying to find the logical connection, and it's going to hurt. Just stop.
There isn't one. There really isn't. I'm sorry, but there isn't.
I hear the wheels turning, Groovy. Don't do it. There is none.
This does not compute.
Okay.
You're welcome to come back in. We want to get to as many people as possible in these calls,
and that's why you're stacking the room with Christians.
I think that B is next. B, if you want to unmute your mic and address Matt Slick.
Oh, it's Befuddle?
Hi, guys.
Yay, it's Befuddle.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Matt, I don't know if you recognize me, but I'm Kylie. the atheist girl, so I have met you, so you do know who I am.
We've met?
So, yes, of course.
Where?
At your house.
Wait.
Oh!
Does anybody else get the feeling like he just met an ex-girlfriend from like 10 years ago that he's trying to pretend like he'd never seen?
Wait, it gets better. Wait.
Did you say that was befuddled?
It sounded like her.
I've met her once or twice. I like her. She's cool.
They said B, so I'm assuming it's befuddled, and it sounds like her. So.
I think she said befud too.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I came over there.
Oh, Kaylee.
Kylie, yes. Yeah.
Kylie, you've lost weight. I mean, we'll gotta be careful to say.
Wow.
Apparently, they can see the video, but we can't.
Excuse me.
Wow.
Sorry, I mean, oh boy, that came out because.
Right. I got it. No,
He's a charmer.
Good there, okay? I mean that, nice. I'll just shut up now.
Okay. All right. You get yourself in trouble. No, I had
How
a
you
question.
doing?
I'm doing good. Really good.
Okay.
I had a question, kind of some of the stuff that Matthew was saying, but the first thing I was going to ask is the fact that we all live, whether we're atheist, Christian, Hindu, Buddhist, whatever, we all live in, I guess if we just take the U.S. In this example, we all live in a place where we have to figure out how to get along, right? We have to make laws that are going to work. Do you guys feel like we should force people to adopt Christian beliefs? Do you feel like that's something we should do?
No. We shouldn't force them. Okay. But then on the other hand, yes, we should. There's a yes and no. As you yourself would force somebody within reason to stop somebody from beating somebody else. You'd
wait for it.
There's certain things we would say yes. There's certain things we would force, and certain things we would not force. So when you say, Christians want to force everybody to believe or have the subject themselves to our laws? Well, yes and no. We don't want them to murder. We don't want them to rape. We don't want them to,
marry for love,
to lie and to steal. And these are all Christian principles. So we'd want.
Those are universal principles that every society that ever fucking existed since the Sumerians have had. It's called a social contract. You don't own morality. You don't own social order. Stop pretending you do, you pickle-sucking bitch.
And on that note, just for a quick note, let's get the pickle back on screen for a moment here. There we go. Boy, does he look happy. Yay, he must love him some pickles. Okay.
Like everybody. Okay, so homosexuality, the same thing goes. We should not have homosexuality be a free right in America that is politically protected. It's not just politically protected. It's now protected, not only protected, but it's like a sword.
Well, I guess
Yet at the same point, he's not fighting against quote-unquote idolatry. Yeah, you hypocritical fucking piece of shit.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. The point that I was trying to get to is that, there's certain things that I think most people, whatever religion they're of, can kind of agree on. Things like, no, we don't murder, we don't steal, there's things we would have to work out. But just the fact that we all have to live here, whether or not you like that I'm an atheist, whether or not I like you're Christian or the other person's Muslim or whatever, we all have to live and exist in the same space. And I don't think that any of us want to live in a place where one religion or one way of thinking rules over everybody else, because that doesn't seem fair, unless you're the one that's in the majority, right?
What if it's good, healthy, and better?
Well, but again, that's kind of according to you. What if I think it's? This is the argument. And I don't want to get into like how we determine whose is better. It's just like the fact that there is going to be differences of opinion. Like even if you go from the Bible. It says in the Bible, obviously, there's going to be people that will never accept the gospel. They will never, no matter how much you evangelize, how much we show them that it's true, there's going to be people that will never accept it. So it's kind of like, how do you square the idea that do we have to make them accept certain things? Or do we say, well, we have to live together, so we need to find a way that works for everybody?
Christians have no problem living with homosexuals.
Oh, really?
A lot of them don't.
Really?
But there are a good bit that do have a problem.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit on that. Oh, we have no problem with living with homosexuals. You have no problem at all. But we're going to send them all to gay conversion therapy. Yeah, fuck you.
Well, he just.
I mean, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that
they have a problem with.
1 second.
Okay, sorry.
He just contradicted himself because didn't he just say just like 3 minutes ago? He was like, when he said something, he's like, "Oh, we don't have a problem with them being gay, but I don't think they should have the same legal rights and whatever." It's like you just contradicted yourself, asshole.
Yeah. He's a sack of shit. We know it.
Thing with us.
Well, I mean, I've seen it go both ways, honestly. So it just depends on.
Well,
the situation.
to be fair, there are Christians who claim the name, people who claim the name of Christian, who go out, for example, and beat up homosexuals. That is not.
There are also people that are Christian that are homosexuals, you dick.
Christianity. That is not biblical. It is not what's to be done, and I would stop.
Whoa! Trivia question. That is not biblical. What is the biblical thing you're supposed to do to people that are homosexual?
Stone them.
There we go. Unanimous.
Okay, I want to bring up one little point. Years ago, I was listening to I used to listen to Christian radio, and I was one at one time, and I listened to a lot of it. So I heard them. They got on this thing about gays in church and stuff like that, and I called in to try to correct them on a few things, and try to tell them, I said, look, probably half your congregation is gay, and you may not even freaking know it. I was just trying to bring up some points about, gays and straights and stuff, people in church, people you work with. There's no telling how many people around you at any given time are gay or bisexual or lesbian or whatever.
The thing is, he's also defining who are and aren't Christians. According to his own definition, I don't think a Christian, by his definition, would live with a gay person because, they're in sin. They'd be spending all this time trying to browbeat them and annoy the crap out of them.
Well, if they go by their own book, I don't know if it was Christ or who it was that said it. It said something about if people will not, if you go to a city, we'll just say a city, and give them the message of salvation, if they don't accept it, wipe the dirt off your feet and go on somewhere else.
Yeah, I believe that would more likely be Jesus than Paul, yeah.
Yeah, as we know, we don't see that. Every time we run into someone, they're going, repent or die,
Yep. Okay, let's power through the last of this weekend.
Stop them, and I would defend the homosexual at that point. Sure. Right. So that's not what Christianity is. We can have misrepresentatives of both sides. But there is a homosexual agenda and profound movement to get that moral belief system not only accepted, but promoted in society. So here's the thing.
No.
Bullshit.
Belief system. Oh, so having equality is...
And she was about to call that out too. She was. Let me hear what she has to say. I bet she's going to get something good here.
Let's go.
Say, do we have the right as Christians to want people to believe like we do? But then, are you asking the same question of the homosexual agenda people? They're doing that very thing. Why don't you complain about them? Say, what gives you the right?
He's going to keep talking over her.
To do that and try and get the laws changed.
Well, I think that's kind of what I was going to follow up with. Is it because it seems like what maybe you are upset about or what you don't like about it is because I was writing down a couple of things when you were talking about like the self-righteous judges will force their views and pushing their opinions on people, but I don't understand how that's not what Christians are doing by saying you guys all must agree with us because these are the laws you have to follow.
No. We're not forcing it. We're not forcing it. The judges are forcing it.
Oh, no, they're not forcing it. He's just easing it in there.
So let's say, for example, I don't know the statistics, but I think it's something like 60, at one place I heard 61% of, you'll get my point. Let's just say 75% of a certain community or state is against homosexuality. Then the judge comes in, after all the laws have been passed, whatever, the judge comes in and says, no, strike it down. The one judge then forces his opinion on everybody else.
Let's just say that the majority, 70% of the population is against interracial marriage. Continue his argument from there.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't matter if it's popular or not. It's what fits the fucking Constitution.
Thank you. I was just getting ready to say the same thing. It's the same stupid argument that I had with somebody else, and I was like, so 70% of the people in Vermont said that we don't want guns. We think they should all be, outlawed. You can't have a gun. The only people who can have a gun is the police. Hello, it's against the Second Amendment. It's unconstitutional. Law doesn't stand. Yep. Same thing with this one. Boom, done.
And that's why we have Supreme Court justices, so they can rule on the constitutionality of things. Anyway.
Yeah.
But okay, but then I guess.
Where's the LGBT community complaining about that?
So if in that situation, if that was in a community that had that the percentage was swapped, like 60% of them wanted it, then would you not have a problem with it? Is it just the fact that the judge is forcing their opinion?
Then we have to go through debate. Look. Why is it?
So if they so if they agree with him, then that's all fine and good. But if they disagree with him, then we need to have a debate.
Yeah, double standard.
Yep.
Is that what it is?
That's slick.
That's kind of what I heard there.
Yeah.
That the majority of people don't want homosexuality. They work hard. There have been petitions, and people have voted, said, no, we don't want this, we don't want this, we don't want this. And the judges force their liberal opinions on everybody else. And then the LGBT community, yay. Then the Christians say, we don't agree with what you're doing. And then the LGBT says, we don't want you forcing your opinion on us. We don't want you forcing your views on us. The hypocrisy is profound, and they're not even bright enough to see it. This is
Heavy, go ahead, Heavy, get him. Get him, Heavy.
No, he's fucking wrong. Of course we know that. No, he's talking about we're going to start forcing our opinion on them. What the fuck have they been doing for all these hundreds of years?
Can I also say something about that?
Oh, sure, please.
Here's the thing that gets me about conservatives, and I'm not consider myself to be a liberal. I'm more moderate. But here's the thing that gets me about it. They proclaim and they always talk about judges overreach. They always do that. Whenever it goes against them, but when it is in favor of them, they've got not a damn thing to say about it. Case in point, Citizens United. Who was the deciding judge on that? That was Clarence Thomas, who, I don't know, given what I've seen with his legal opinions, how he's on the court, I have no fucking clue.
Trust me, you weren't the only one with that one. He also proclaimed racism over, so...
It's like...
Yeah, racism is over and companies are people. Go figure. Hey, wait, if companies are people, can we marry companies next?
Yeah, I want a divorce. Give me half of the company's assets.
There was a guy, I'll say this one thing, I'll let you finish this. There was a guy actually, I think it was in California somewhere, who actually basically had a bunch of tickets that he'd gotten for riding in the carpool lane. And basically what he did is he formed a corporation and put the rules of incorporation in his passenger seat. And basically, well, that's a person based on Citizens United ruling, so basically you can't give me a ticket because technically I have
I mean, it's like...
Please tell me they got away with it. Please tell me that.
I haven't seen what the final... I think they actually still held up... I think they held up one of the fines, but they basically let the other ones go.
Oh, crap.
It's like SpaceX. I pronounce you and Tesla married, even though that's technically incest.
Well, the question ultimately is which one is it that has the rocket and which one has... Oh, never mind. I was going to say which one has the rocket and which one has the intake valve. But, you know.
I think we all know the answer to that one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Principle. We behave based on what we believe. We behave based on what we believe. They believe that homosexuality is morally right. And by necessity, they must believe that our belief that they are wrong, our belief itself is wrong. They will behave based on their ideology that we are morally wrong. They're going to then work to get their views put upon us, and they're doing it.
But I don't disagree with any of that you just said, but what I don't understand is how then you don't see what Christians or you or however you want to frame it are doing the same thing on the other side.
How are we doing it?
You believe that homosexuality...
How are we doing it? Holy crap. Just holy crap. Oh, and as a reminder to the folks that are viewing on my page, there's links there to the mainstream over in Dragnauts. Catch the beginning of it if you didn't at some point.
Is wrong. You believe that your ideas about morality are correct and that people who are liberal or atheists or whatever are incorrect. And so you are pushing or trying to get your views, your set of views, in a form so that other people can't violate them because you believe that bad things will happen.
How are we doing that? How are we trying to do that? How are we Christians trying to get everybody to behave as Christians? How are we doing that?
Well, how about trying to regulate who can and can't get married, you douchebag?
And look at all the stuff they're trying to do in government and in schools.
Yeah, okay.
They're trying to influence government policy.
Somebody say something about Hobby Lobby?
Evolution.
Yeah.
Oh, God, don't even... I'm trying to move to Texas, and you're making it hard right now.
Well, you're moving to Austin. That's like Texas light.
True.
Oh, yeah, Austin's different.
Yeah.
Austin's own Austin.
Hey, if you're coming to Texas, stop through Dallas Fort Worth. I'll buy you a beer.
Oh, I'm doing some traveling. Don't worry. I'll let people know.
Yeah.
Oh, he's at least heading up by Austin, so actually the wife and I'll probably visit them there. But if he does come down through Dallas, he better let me and a few other folks know.
When you come down to Florida, you got a jet ski waiting for you.
That sounds like
to ride, not to have. That sucks.
Well, fuck yeah, of course to ride, not to have my fucking jet ski, unless you got some business you want to talk over.
Well, I mean, you said they're saying I have a jet ski for you to have. You know, you should reframe that.
Okay, how about this? I'll lie and say that, hey, Dragna, I got a jet ski for you to have. You can just meet me down here in Florida.
Right.
Yeah, behave. I'm not saying you're trying to make them behave away, but you're saying we are going to, by making laws that would not allow people that don't
Oh, with that one clip, can we say jokes on dick?
believe the same way as you do.
I mean pickle.
To marry, you're basically saying you must accept our definition of marriage. You must accept our definition of what this looks like. Is what you're saying.
Wrong? Is that wrong for us to do?
Wait, it doesn't.
To me, it's not a matter of
just complaining that people were were.
He's going to go to the moral argument.
Breathe deep, Dragnaut.
He's about to go to the moral argument, I bet you. That's probably where he's about to go.
Just complaining about people.
But no, they can make
passing upon his rights.
No, they can make that evaluation because they're Christians and they have God, which is the arbiter of morality. So how can she say that? Because she's an atheist and doesn't believe in God, so doesn't have that arbiter of her murder. Yeah, it's that's bullshit like from the last one.
Sure, impede other people's rights, but you know.
Yeah. Well, because God told them they can.
Yeah.
That makes it moral.
If you want to go back to the whole argument of how can I say something is wrong because I'm an atheist, I'm not really interested in that. I'm interested in the fact that.
If you say it's wrong for us to do that, you have to say that it's wrong for the homosexual community to do it.
Sure. Yeah. And I think that's true. I think that the only way that we can ever find common ground is to say, we all have to live together. Like I was saying, we all have to live together.
We're not living together.
Well, everybody in the U.S. we are.
Wait a minute, what? What? We're not living together.
I think he really means like him having like a homosexual bunkmate. Like prison.
We are not living together. I hope he really explains what the fuck he means by that, because the last I heard, unless he's living on another fucking planet, which he might be at this point, metaphorically at least. Anyway.
Yeah, she's talking about, in general, we're all in the same country, in cities and stuff, so we are together. Yeah.
Oh, you they.
We're all.
No. Let me ask you a question. What do you think true Bible-believing percentage, what's the percentage of the United States population that you believe, I don't know your exact number, but you'll get it out. You get what I'm saying here. What would you estimate is the real Bible-believing population, percentage-wise, of the country?
I think
the real Bible.
Oh, boy.
5%?
Does that require them actually reading it? Or does that require them believing exactly what Slick believes? Incidentally, I hope you guys are enjoying the pickle. This is a pickle, reminding people.
Yeah, I'm going to take a wild guess here and say it's around 65 or 70%, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
How would you know which ones are the Bible-believing ones and the ones that are just saying,
He left the definition vague, so I'm being vague myself.
Well, he said real Bible-believing Christians, and that's the trick.
He qualified that.
Then just him. Then just him and the fuck buddies he has in the hangout.
Well,
I
don't know. They'll go against each other given the chance.
You mean like people who are real Christians, or just say that they're Christian, or what?
Real Bible-believing. I'm going to just say 15%. I'm just going to say 15 to 20%. That's my opinion.
There we go. See what I mean? Just now, if 80% that he claimed was Christian is earlier, and he's saying 18 to 20% are real Bible-believing Christians, well, congratulations. You're now a minority group.
Yeah. What would you say? More or less, roughly?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No idea.
What do you think is the percentage of homosexuality? The people who claim to be homosexuals in this country?
Don't
claim
fucking
to
matter.
be homosexuals?
What, is he trying to claim that real Bible-believing Christians are somehow less of a minority than gays? Is that what he's going for? He's discredited all the other people that profess to be Christian for the sake of trying to... Okay, let's see if he goes there.
I don't know.
3%. That's the statistics, 3%.
Oh,
We
no.
know that there's far more people who...
3%, really?
Wait a minute. What?
Heavy, look it up. We'll be back to you.
I somehow doubt that it's 3%.
Heavy's just upset because his dating pool
homosexuals
just went down a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Heavy's like, what?
That's a small dating pool.
Are you looking it up, Heavy?
Yeah, this was something. It said based on 2013, 96.6% identify as straight, 1.6 identified as gay or lesbian, 0.7 identified as bisexual.
Huh. Okay.
And the remaining 1.1 identify as something else. Ooh, I want to know what that is.
Yeah, but I wonder how many of those are not actually out. I have a friend that I'm pretty sure is gay, but he doesn't say it to me, and it's not like I'm like ass forcing him. Like, why don't you just admit it?
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
well,
with all the
he said claim.
I don't know.
What percent claims to be?
Right.
And I know I am very sure that there are a hell of a lot more that will not admit.
There's also the possibility people might have thought that there was like a movement to round them the fuck up. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, well, with all the hate speech and all, a lot and pressure from jobs and family and stuff like that. A lot of people are going to go, they're going to hide it.
Yeah.
Tommy Hall.
But regardless.
Okay. All right, now, on TV, how many Christians are portrayed favorably?
I guess it depends on what you're watching.
Yeah.
How many give me one show where Christians are portrayed favorably?
How about we give you... so let's start with the Duggars, even if they do have a Kitty Diddler's son. But let's start with that, and let's go through all the varied shows that they have that are just completely Christian-centric, and start with all of those. Now, the thing is, we also see a number of other shows in which they present Christians positively as well. Some of them being secular, some of them being not. But the simple fact of the matter is, this is kind of a bullshit argument, claiming that everyone's out to get you. Fuck you, you paranoid Alex Jones wannabe douche.
Mm-hmm. I don't actually watch a lot of TV.
Movie, show, whatever it is. How many shows are you familiar with that have homosexual characters?
Oh, and now how many have homosexual characters? I can name
it's like,
2.
If you don't want to watch Brokeback Mountain, don't. But Signs is very, even though it's a movie about aliens, he goes back to being a priest at the end of the.
Yeah, it does.
Pretty favorable on that one. I mean, if you're going from if you're talking about the normal media, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
The normal media, we have homosexual characters on The Simpsons. We have homosexual characters in sitcoms. We have homosexual characters in varying, whatever it is, in a lot of movies, in a lot of interviews, in a lot of.
And how many characters do we have in varied shows that happen to be religious? Fuck yourself.
Situations, and they're portrayed favorably. Christians are not.
Bullshit.
Here's the thing: the homosexual community wants to be represented fairly. Mm-hmm. But they don't want the Christian community to be represented fairly.
So
homosexual, they're hypocrites.
Okay.
They're hypocrites.
Pot the kettle. How you doing?
Wait, what is he talking about?
He's making
what do the gay community have to do with what they show on TV? We're not making the shows.
He's still not listed a show. He just said they exist.
They exist, yeah. But the thing that when you said gays being featured and them making a big deal about it, the only show that came to mind was South Park.
They make fun of fucking everybody.
No, they make fun of Big Gay Al plenty.
Yeah, trust me, and they made fun of everybody, every religion. With Scientology was I'm gonna sue you. I mean, and with that was actually the funniest one, by the way.
Anyhow.
And then they made fun of gay people by Mr. Garrison making that mono wheel where the machine actually sticks a dildo up your ass and you have to control it by giving a blowjob to a control panel.
We only have like 5 more minutes of this atrocity left, and I don't want to interrupt him from his pickle. So let's see if we can power through some of this, because otherwise we will keep stopping it every 10 fucking seconds.
They're not playing fair, and they're not going to play fair. They're going to continue in the hypocrisy and the oppressive manner that they're working with. That's what I'm concerned about. You talk about getting along. Kaylee,
Kylie.
Kylie, you and I, you sat here in this office. We get along great. We disagree. You're awesome in that respect. No problem. That's not what they're like. A lot of homosexuals
homosexuals aren't like that. They have an agenda. They just, give me a fucking break. Pick another boogeyman. I've met plenty of gay people, and frankly, I've only met one that I can't get along with, but I think that he might be a closet straight, actually, now that I think of it. But anyway.
Matt, they don't care. Hey, just leave the churches alone. Stop it. That's not what's happening. They're trying to shove it down our throats. They're getting a
I think it's time for a screen cap, Red.
Yes. Oh, God. They're trying to shove it down our throat. We need a GIF image. Somebody needs to make a GIF image and then put...
print screen. Printing screen. Hang on. Heavy holler. Do me a favor. Give me 2 thumbs up. Give me 2 thumbs up. Print screen, motherfucker.
Perfect fucking timing for perfect fucking verbiage. Well worth stopping for that one. Okay, let's keep going.
Laws changed. They're trying to come into our schools. They're all over the media. They're pushing.
Oh no, gay people are trying to go to school. Oh no, they want to be educated.
This is literally, this is the same stuff that they're talking. What they said about integration.
Yeah.
If you replace gays with blacks.
Yeah.
So just, oh my goodness, this same shit. I really want to talk to his daughter because I really think that he is one of these people who are just replacing one word for the other, using the same fucking rhetoric and trying to portray it as God's will.
I don't think he even recognizes that that's what he's doing. That's ultimately the big problem. He just doesn't get it.
Okay, let's finish this shit.
Do we have to?
But now, because after this, I'm going to head to Scientist Sam's Hangout. I need to decompress and listen to actual knowledge.
Actually, according to a study from the National Bureau of Economic Research, about 20% of the population is attracted to their own gender. That's nearly double that of the usual estimates, about 10%. The authors explained their methodology might have something to do with it. Anyway, yeah, I got linked to an actual article. Anyway.
They're pushing. And if we push a little bit, we are called those who are trying to oppress them, and then they cry separation of church and state.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say that there's not people out there that are, militant, whatever.
Militant.
But there is, to be fair, there is Christians who are the same way, and that will,
Sure.
I just feel like that's kind of I mean, when you're saying like they're not playing fair, they're being hypocritical, whatever, but that's like whether or not they're playing fair doesn't mean that you should change the way that we approach the situation. We should say, what is the best way to all live together? And if you guys are acting like jerks, whatever, but we're still going to approach this in a way that's fair to everybody. We're not going to change what we're doing just because you guys are being hypocritical.
Let's have them be fair. Let's have them start representing Christians and have Christian characters and Christian people on shows
who are sitting there browbeating people and preaching to them, because I think that's what Christianity is.
Apparently doesn't want Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, no shit.
For him to name these episodes of whatever that have these.
I think he's complaining about Glee.
I don't even watch Glee.
Oh, Glee. Oh, no, you said horrible depictions. Okay, never mind. That's the only show I can think of that has gay characters on it off the top of my head, other than the ones that are kind of picked on. Never mind. Let's see now. House picks on people that are Christian.
House picks on people that are stupid. Christians just so happen to fall into that category by default.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, the thing is, the people that are Christian in the way that he is are usually portrayed as being batshit crazy because, well, pot kettle.
A far greater percentage of the population than homosexuals, and have them portrayed favorably instead of negatively as hypocrites. Every time I see a show on TV, if a Christian's there, I say to my wife, "Oh, is he going to be a murdering rapist or what?"
No, he's going to be a hypocrite like you.
Because that's just how it is portrayed with Christians. Homosexuals, they want equality. They don't want equality. They want superiority, and they want, because as Romans 1 says...
Bullshit, Christians want the superiority. Kiss my ass, motherfucker. I'm sorry. Sorry, Christians like him. There, better.
There we go.
Thank you.
They give hearty approval. In order to do that hearty approval, they have to resist those who resist them. You watch, Kylie. What's going to happen is there's going to be lawsuits. There's going to be people are going to say, pastors are going to do civil disobedience. There are a lot of pastors who said that we're not putting up with this. I'll probably end up going to jail.
Oh God! Okay, stop it. That's enough.
Yeah,
We're done.
stop. He's lying his ass off.
No more. Okay,
Yeah.
we're going to end this. We're going to end this. He's full of shit. Once again.
Let me get rid of the pickle. We don't need that anymore.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
All right. 13, I sent you an image. Please flash that on the screen.
Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can.
Okay. We're going to see the image, and we're going to get some final words, and then that's enough of fucking Matt Slick and his paranoid delusions for the day.
Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
Yes.
You need to put the words across the bottom, and they're trying to show it down our throats.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a present from me to you, Matt Slick. Go fuck yourself.
Hang on.
Probably going to jail. Oh, please.
Oh,
horrible depictions of someone. Try being black and on TV, okay? I don't want to hear that shit.
I'm sorry, being stupid is not a fucking crime yet.
Oh my goodness.
How is he a non-profit? I remember seeing that at the very beginning. How's he a 501c3?
Because he's a church organization type deal.
Oh, okay. I saw him talking about that. I was like, really?
Bro, go to jail. I mean, there's no law against hate speech. I mean, we got people out there who constantly. I mean, just look at the Westboro Baptist Church. If anything, they're getting protected by the officers, the same officers that they say are going to go to hell. And they're the ones stopping them from having their face royally bashed in by a steel chair. I mean, we have a fucking skinheads spreading hate, and they get protection from black police officers. And you're acting like the whole fucking world's gonna collapse on you because you're a fucking bigot. No, we have examples where it's the exact opposite.
The Constitution.
Those people that you're fighting against are the ones that are going to end up protecting your sorry ass to protect your freedom of speech.
The Constitution serves him when he needs it, but if the Constitution's in the way of his perfect ideology of Christian dominionism, then it's his problem, then he's a victim, then we have all these fucking issues. Oh my god. Okay. But anyway.
Just give me 1 second. I just got to switch up my audio because this is sucking down my bandwidth pretty good.
Okay. Probably going to go on in order down the line here on my screen. Heavy Hauler, then Joe, Redline, Shadow, then Groovy.
Oh, okay. One thing we all know, he's lying his fucking ass off. He keeps bringing up things that are not right. He's talking about lawsuits against preachers. I think he said that several times. Lawsuits against pastors for not marrying people. The whole thing does not say anything about that. Separation of church and state. The government will not force pastors to marry anybody they don't want to. Churches and pastors have the freedom to deny marriage to anybody they want. But see, they keep saying this over and over and over that, no, that's not the way it is. It's bullshit. He's lying. Quite a few times he lied. And he can talk about the gay agenda, and then he starts bringing in movies and TV and stuff like that. I mean, it's like every facet of government or entertainment or anything is controlled by gays. I mean, what are we, the new fucking Illuminati?
Apparently.
We're not making these decisions. So people, executives at TV and movies and stuff, they're making these decisions.
No, it's the illuminated gay Masonic Brandenburg atheist conspiracy to push the agenda of being compassionate to others.
Right, and they're talking about we're trying to make inroads into the law and into schools. Who the hell is trying to get their claws on the children and their education?
Yeah.
Trying to dumb down kids. My teacher's trying to be taught as science when it's complete bullshit and it's not science and they can't prove it no matter how many times they try to say they can.
Yeah, I know.
Everything he said, just about, what he said that the gay agenda is trying to do to bring down Christianity in the nation, all that, it's things that they're doing to people that do not agree with them, whether they're gay or not. It doesn't matter. People that don't agree with them, they jump down their fucking throat. They're accusing everybody else of doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I know.
And I could be exaggerating, and I apologize for that, and I could be wrong on some things. But this just kind of looks that way,
There's just massive absurdity going on here anyway around it. It's just fucking ridiculous. It really is.
Okay, next.
Yeah, pretty much. Let me take a look at my channel and see what my folks are actually saying now. If I can actually get to it. Let's see.
I really don't have anything else to say. I defer my time to Red or Shadow.
I'm only going to say one thing because I pretty much said everything I had to say during his fucking tangent about, oh, they're going to fucking arrest me. Oh, help me, help me. No, I'm just going to say, Matt Slick, on this day, 6/29/2015, at exactly 7:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you have been nominated for Dumbfuck of the Year.
Yay!
Most votes. You fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Thank you.
Yeah, groovy. Actually, Shadow, no, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. This was fucking painful. Thanks to me simulcast during at least a portion of it. I should have thought of it earlier. But for those of you that did join us, thank you on both sides. And once again, if you want to catch the first part of it and you want to listen to caught the stream on mine, go to Dragnot's channel. He's got some fun stuff. Anyway, here we go. The smaller channel pimping the big one. Oh, fucking well. Anyway, everybody have a good one, man. And try not to let the stupidity of these people get you down too much.
Okay, go ahead, Groovy.
Oh boy. Well, for one thing, I wanted to say when my mic was messing up earlier, the hilarious part is that this decision actually extends religious freedom because it allows the churches that want to marry gays to do so. And it just baffles my mind how even in the written conclusion, they say all these religions that adhere to doctrines that disagree can still disagree. The First Amendment ensures that right, and yet they want to completely ignore that because it doesn't line up with their persecution complex, and that just the entire thing just makes my head hurt. And that's it.
Okay, on that note, we'll pick this shit up tomorrow. I got tomorrow off. I may have my son back tomorrow from my in-laws. May not, so we'll see. But we will definitely get back on this. If you want to spot on the show, all you got to do is message someone that's on here or message me. There's usually a link somewhere that I've posted so people can come in. If you're a troll, you're just going to be fucking kicked. But we generally don't have that issue except for this one time. So I look forward to seeing you all again. I'm going to go decompress, listen to some Scientist Sam, and have him answer some questions that people have posed to him. Should be very interesting. I asked him a very, yes, I said asked. I asked him a very interesting question about should incest be legal if the daughter or the son is of age. So I think that will be an interesting topic. So see you later, y'all.
All right, well, thanks. Bye.
And I'm going to keep broadcasting for a few more after this. Not probably too much longer. I'm probably going to start a fresh hangout in a little bit.
Yeah, I apologize for getting a little excited there, but I just, it's like I've been hearing so much of this for so many years, and then now the decision came down from the Supreme Court, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
No, you
and
should
then all the
emotion.
shit, and then all the more shit that came up after that. And oh gosh,
I just keep wondering though. Do I have a dent in my forehead? I feel like I might. I don't know.
Yeah, it's from bashing your skull against your desk.
Slowly forming.
Wait, you've turned into Matt Bell?
Yeah. No, I don't have a vagina yet. No.
I actually unfriended one of my friends on Facebook because like every day he was posting stuff about marriage and I told him, I'm like, have you done any research to find out where the whole marriage institution started? Because you'd realize it predates Christianity, right?
Oh yeah.
And he was like, well, we'll just have to we'll have to agree to disagree. And I'm like, no, we won't have to agree to disagree because you're fucking wrong.
Well, the thing is, this is what their argument's based on. It has nothing to do with other cultures or records that we have to predate Christianity. What it has to do with them claiming that, well, Christianity started in the Garden of Eve with Adam and Eve, and since they were the first people, it couldn't have started beforehand. It's this really inane argument.
Yeah, the wedding ring is Egyptian.
Yeah. Thank you, Headless.
All right, ladies and gents, I'm going to go ahead and jump out of here.
Yeah,
I will catch y'all. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah,
Dragon, take care.
Peace out, man.
Hey, glad
See
I
ya.
could help.
Shadow, when you start your room, do send me the link.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm going to start a separate one after this in a couple minutes because I don't, just in case this one gets in trouble for the pickle because some idiot thinks it's not a pickle.
All right, perfect. Then I'll wait for a link, but in the meantime, I'll hop out at least temporarily until you start yours.
Okay.
Yeah, I can swear that it's not a pickle because it didn't get me roused at all.
Nah, not much of a pickle.
I mean, it didn't even look like a good dildo, you know.
Yep.
Sorry for that.
But yeah, we're going to wrap this up. And incidentally, yeah, once again, this was simulcast from Dragnot's channel. The link's down there.
Yeah.
We went through roughly an hour's worth of that fucking travesty of a video. Granted, you guys got, about an hour's worth of recording, but it was going on for, I think, about 2 hours before I actually bothered to share it over here.
Yeah,
So
I just happened to get off work a little bit early and finished up supper when I called it because I don't get home until like 5:30 or 6 o'clock.
But yeah, after that pile of shit, I think I need to hang out just to wind down, because holy shit, was that a bag of cats.
Yeah, it was like every sentence, just about almost every sentence or two he would say, there was something really wrong with it.
Yeah, and we didn't stop half as many times as we could have, but it was, oh man, that was bad. That was just fucking bad. Holy shit, now hang on a second. Where's Joe here? Let me bring up Joe, because I don't have Joe in my group. I don't think.
Actually, add me under. I'll go subscribe to you and add me under Stinky Fruit Roll-Ups.
Okay. I have seen you before then. Oh, I'll just.
Yeah. I don't know why sometimes it brings me into Hangouts under this one as opposed to the other one. I don't know why it fucking does that.
Yeah, Google Plus and YouTube are kind of weird. I have two heavy hauler things, so you just can't for some reason.
Hey, JD.
Oh, hey, JD.
Oh shit, it's JD.
You missed the proverbial party. We were going through. Oh wait, I have my light off. I need to turn that on. Actually, let's just click to this cam. Fuck it.
JD was actually. I saw JD left a comment. He was actually waiting to get into that call, and they basically booted him.
Oh shit.
Oh, I was in the call. I joined and then immediately got booted from it.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
I see we're talking about the Matt Slick from last night.
Yeah, we were just winding down from that. We went through an hour dissecting the fucking thing, or I should just say screaming at this monitor.
I honestly didn't see much of it. I mean, I guess I saw about a couple minutes, and that told me everything I ever need to know. It's Matt Slick just
Well, there are a couple things that are still worthy of note, though. I should probably point that out. And we did manage to get a couple really nice clips out of it, like this one, for example. There we go. And I think this one pretty much sums up what our opinion of Slick is at the moment.
Nice pickle.
Yeah. We managed to find a nice, wonderfully phallic pickle, and we were sitting there making it look like he was chewing on it during most of it. Because I'm an asshole.
Well, the one real good one is where he had his mouth up going.
Yeah, we got that too. Actually, where is that one? Let's see now.
Shadow, I just subscribed to your channel. I'm gonna go back and add you on. I'll add you on the.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure what I wanted to ask him. I was just getting on like, well, it should be something I should talk about.
It's kind of one of those things though, because I mean, we just aired the hangout that Slick was having right through here, because it's not like you can get him in a hangout where he's not insulated by his little fellow Christians that are all going to agree with him. You have to have him within his echo chamber.
There is one example where that didn't happen. It was Gus had a hangout where he had Matt Yester in there, and he was frustrating the hell out of him.
Oh, cool.
And for some reason, I'm retelling it from Gus. This is like third hand, so I might miss the point. But apparently, Matt Slick just joined in, sat there silently for like 20 minutes, and then for whatever reason, he asked like, "What are we talking about?" And Gus was like, "Anything. Like we could talk about sports." And they started talking about like hockey or something. He says, "Oh, not staying around for that," and left. And that was it.
Yeah, that's about right. You're not talking about the one topic he gives a shit about, so he's gone, yeah.
I don't even think he gives a shit about the topic. It's not a topic that he has a like preset script for.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a hockey script, so no interest.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
You wonder if some of these people can't they think for themselves?
I mean, who defines marriage? People, countries. I mean, it's like it's an easy answer, but they want it to be something else. Yeah,
it's a legally binding contract. Get over it. This is why you need to get a license.
Yeah, marriage primarily is not a like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like you said. Well, I mean, you said it right. It's a contract. It's not all lovey-dovey, weddings and shit. It's okay. I want the law. I want the authority of whatever country I'm in to know that I'm going to be with that person. When I die, they get my stuff, my kids. I want tax breaks. It's that. It's technical crap. It's not particularly romantic. It's not particularly interesting for most people. It's like you get it done. You're like, okay, now if you try to leave me, it's going to suck. We're going to have to go through a divorce and stuff. So
yeah, if marriage was such a Christian tradition, or they owned it, then how come people can get married by a magistrate or whatever, not have to go through church?
Muslim countries have marriage, I mean,
I think y'all summed it up real good when you said it's a contract. Really, it's basically a contract. Whether you get married in a church or not, it's still a contract.
That's why I don't understand why. I mean, I get why some people get a lot of meaning out of the word marriage. But if I were a homosexual, I would just say, just call it civil union, and that'll make them shut the fuck up. And then when I die, my bigot family won't keep my lover out of the room. And that's what matters. Give them all the rights that everyone else would have. Just call it something different. Although honestly, I think I don't think that'd be enough. You need some kind of punishment. Or there's a comment from Wild Bill of America. That guy's a treat.
Oh, I need to look him up. He sounds like a real winner.
Oh, he's talking about like we need protect our freedoms are going away. I was like, what? Boot this guy, by the way. He's a troll.
I'm not a troll. I want to be part of the.
Totally a troll. Dude, trust me.
Really
get me out of here, man. Yeah. He was in before, and I told him not to follow the link, and he did anyway. So.
Oh, him?
There's
Okay.
both of them. Another one there.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Sebastian.
And there's the third one.
And
all
Trick.
trolls. All trolls.
I can deal with that.
It was also involved with Gus and some other people were in there, and so I had to give the link to these guys to get to everyone else. And
Yeah, okay.
If you follow, I'll boot you. Yeah, it's like this hangout I'm going to was on air at some point, so the guy, someone there.
Well, we're still technically on right now, but
yeah.
Not for much longer. I'm gonna switch to a fresh one in a little bit. As you may or may not know, I've been dealing with the woo hucksters lately, as opposed to the religious people generally. But when it comes,
what kind of woo?
Spirit science, that whole lot. The current topic I'm going to be dealing with is astral projection. That's the big next one that's coming up there, because we have idiots like Spirit Science that are insisting that it's the same thing as lucid dreaming and out-of-body experiences, and it's like, lucid dreaming's a thing, dude. These other things, no, they're not. So that's going to take a little bit of going through. Yeah.
I like my focus on religion and creationism in particular, because learning a whole new subject just seems kind of daunting at this point.
Well, I mean, the thing is, I did the whole
astrology and figure out why it's bullshit.
Well, if I may, the thing is, I did the proverbial shamanic path for a long fucking time before getting into the community here. And by the time I got into here, pretty much all of that had been left by the wayside. But, some of these views I've never really gone back and fully examined, so I'm kind of taking people with me on the ride as I go through and disambiguate them and figure out what the hell's actually going on with this kind of crap, while going after a lot of these assholes. So some of this is challenging things that I've never bothered to spend the time to go through and think about. And I think that's an important thing that everyone has to do, so I'm just kind of taking everyone on the trip with me.
JD, it's easy to figure out if woo is bullshit. Is it woo?
It is bullshit. Yeah, pretty much.
It's bullshit.
Kind of by definition, isn't it? I'm actually...
Can you find the books and supplies in normal stores?
No.
Or specialty shops on the corner run by old hippies? Then it's woo. Therefore, it's bullshit.
I think I found someone who has some idea of how to discuss morality, but it seems to be like avoiding my question. Like I told him, I said, I think we're talking past each other, asking, how do you differentiate between positive, neutral, and detrimental moral actions? And he's like, I don't think so, and he didn't want to talk about it. He says, I want to talk about moral ontology, not moral linguistics or epistemology. Fine.
Is it Jungle Drum?
Go ahead. Yeah, I mean, I was asking the whole bit, like, all right, just walk me through your moral framework, which I believe he's a divine command theorist, but he doesn't want to say it.
Hold on a second, JD. I just have to answer a question. Layli Lalu, Anons can be versus equality because Anons can be jerks too.
Being quote-unquote anonymous just means that you're not going out there and putting your identity out there in any way, shape, or form. You're just kind of hiding behind that banner, yeah. these people believe whatever the hell they want to, think whatever the hell they want to, and pretty much do whatever the hell they want to.
What is that you have loaded up there, by the way?
Oh, this is XSplit.
XBook?
XSplit.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, I'm able to live stream directly through it.
Oh, cool.
JD, was that person you were having that conversation? Was that Jungle Jordan? I'm just kidding.
Who's this?
Well, Jungle Jordan couldn't talk.
Who's Kino?
I think his moral theory is, God wants me to something, I don't know. Object created giver. Yeah, nothing interesting.
I was just going to say, object credit giver?
Yeah. Objects can't make you. No object has ever made anything.
Heathens? Who's Kino?
I don't know. Don't care.
Yeah,
okay, well, he just joined.
Now, if he makes an issue of himself, I will deal with him.
All right.
So far, he hasn't, so whatever.
Did anyone see John Broadhurst or whatever post a link about Matt Slick's daughter?
No. What?
Hang on a second.
Let me take a look at this. Sad testimony of the daughter of a Calvinist apologist.
I was just looking. I had pressed the wrong button and dropped out, so I was looking over some of the comments. Saw that.
Let's see now. One of my earliest memories is of my dad's gigantic old Bibles. Its pages were falling out, its margins were scrawled over with notes, and the leather cover was unraveling in places from being so worn. Every night after we stacked up the dishes after our family dinner, he would bring it down and read a passage. I always requested something from the book of Revelation or Genesis, because that's where most of the interesting stories happened. After he was done, he'd close the Bible with a big whoomp and turn to me. "Now, Rachel," he would ask, "what is the hypostatic union?" And I would pipe back, "The two natures of Jesus." "What is pneumatology?" "The study of the Holy Spirit." "What's the communicatio idiodatum?" "The communication of the properties in which the attributes of the two natures are." Holy fuck, did he ever brainwashed? Occasionally he would go to speak at churches about the value of apologetics. And the times I went along, he would call me up in front of the crowd and have me recite the answers to questions about theology. After I sat down, he would say, "My daughter knows more about theology than you do. You are not doing your jobs as Christians to stay educated and sharp in the faith." Wow, he really is an asshole.
He's like Todd Marinovich's dad, except he was doing it to his daughter with religion.
I mean, it goes on from there. Just good grief.
Oh wow. Yeah, I was just jumping down through there.
Yeah.
I had heard something about there was physical abuse as well.
Oh, is that in there?
Yes.
Oh, read.
Well, beating with a leather strap, whipping, spanking with a leather strap.
Yeah.
Let's see, something about obedience was paramount. If we did not respond immediately to being called, we were spanked 10 to 15 times with a strip of leather cut from the stuff they used to make shoe soles.
Jeez.
There was hang on, here we go. There was one belief I held on to strongly, though, the one that eventually led to my undoing. I promised myself I will never believe in Christianity simply because it feels right. Otherwise, I'm no better than any other religion I debate.
I actually saw a different line that I think really. My dad was always very congenial to those he debated, and most viewed him as charismatic, though his debate tactics were ruthless and often more focused on efficiency than relationship building.
Yeah.
That fits. I can see that. That's a nice way of saying he's a bit of a dick in debates, but all right.
I informed my parents I wanted an arranged marriage because I was far too emotional and love was far too emotional and dangerous a prospect, and I trusted them to make an informed choice for my future. Holy crap.
It was around this time my dad began receiving death threats, though I didn't find this out until later. Someone was sending him graphic pictures, descriptive threats of rape against his family, and Google images of locations near our house. He got the FBI involved. They eventually determined it was someone from across the globe and likely posed no risk to us. My parents installed a home security system after that, but it only reinforced the us versus them mentality he already held. My dad spoke frequently about the people, quote-unquote, out to destroy him, and how his, quote-unquote, enemies were determined to obscure and twist the truth. That also sounds like him.
Oh, here's one. I knew the answers when others did not. This changed one day during a conversation with my friend Alex. I had a habit of bouncing theological questions on him, and one particular day I asked him this: if God was absolutely moral because morality was absolute, and if the nature of right and wrong surpassed space, time, and existence, and if it was as much a fundamental property of reality as math, then why were some things a sin in the Old Testament but not a sin in the New Testament? Alex had no answer, and I realized I didn't either.
Yeah.
Evans, Paranor would like his special link.
Oh. Oh, I can't send it to him right now, unfortunately. That's part of why I have to open the new Hangout. I don't actually have proper invite on this.
All right.
So
I thought
he's going to have to
someone
wait.
important was missing.
Yeah, I can't do it. I've got, the power to eject people if need be and whatnot, but I don't have my regular invite thing, so I am going to have to start a secondary one.
You want to go start it now instead of later?
I probably should, but I'm going to lose most of the room probably. Let's see now.
Well, I can send him the link.
No, actually, I'm more poking fun at JD, who never joins my Hangouts. Granted, I usually send them at shuffle hours, which are insane, but...
Yeah, so I got the whole family thing means I'm usually in bed by 10 and shuffled it after that.
Well, one of my new things that I had been working on is this thing, Lurker's Lounge, which is probably going to end up having to be canceled because I was putting the link out there in the description, and I kept getting like trolled by
No, you got maybe one troll a night, and then you got Twitch rated.
Yeah, I got Twitch rated twice, dude.
Oh, really?
On 2 different occasions.
Wait a minute. What was this about? Thick Shades posting Slick's address?
No, it was just a joke. You know
Oh.
how everybody claims that Thick Shades is doing all those anonymous accounts. Like Alex was saying that Thick Shades did the whole thing of like showing
Google
the picture.
Earth?
Yeah, the Google Earth thing. So that's when.
Okay.
So when he was reading that, I was making a joke.
I'm still reading I'm rereading the article that Matt's daughter wrote. Yeah, there are too many questions left by the absence of God. I think that's a common issue with anyone who is raised religious, is that it's used to answer a lot of the big questions are answered through it. Like, well, why is this? God and God. So they don't want to lose all these answers they've come up with, even if the answers are crappy, shitty answers. They're not really answers at all.
Well,
They feel
ultimately,
like it.
well, that's the same thing with the New Agers, is they're running around also claiming to have all the answers. Now, incidentally, part of the reason why I decided to go after them after I got tired of dealing with the damn Christians is because after people leave one ideology, or one theology for that matter, they generally look for another one. And a lot of them seem to be going to that general direction. It's a common area to land, so I figure we should go after that too. And there's some really interesting friggin' cults to deal with. Okay, let's see now, live events.
I remember when I first linked this a while back, Matt Bell immediately jumped on it like, she is a stupid idiot. She doesn't understand Christian theology.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
No, her daddy told her she did. Or are we still talking about Matt Slick's daughter? Sorry.
Nah.
Let's see now, and let's see now, I'm going to start a new staging room. Dun, dun, dun.
Have you ever seen or heard Matt Slick melt down?
Apparently when you mention his daughter, he gets really upset.
Yeah.
See now, staging area, there we go. Invite my secondary.
Yeah, I think I mentioned y'all. He I don't know if he still does, but he's in second line. Apparently they have something going on in there.
And this should be a different browser, isn't it? No, it's not. Okay, let me get the other browser. Damn it.
Oh, I hadn't been seeing that side chat. Oh. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Paranor said he has trouble with invites.
Yeah, he never quite gets the right ones, so I'm seeing about. Let's see now. And actually, courtesy of the title of this one, I am going to have to actually start a new broadcast as well. And I figured that'll be up in a couple minutes. For those of you that did join us, once again, thank you very much. It's always good to have folks coming along here. And I will catch y'all later. We're going to take this down and start a new one from a secondary room later. Well, not too much later.
It'll be on your channel.
Yeah, I just got to retitle it, then I can start a new one. And going offline now.